Happy Hump Day. It is Wednesday, which is Hump Day, and I am, by request, doing a video on what are the best sites for meeting older women. And I have been asked this question many times, and I have always said the same thing. So I'll just reiterate what I've said, but I have a few things to add to it as well. So the first thing, the thing that I always say is, there is no site just for dating older women or a site that is any better for older women than any other site or app. And I say that with understanding that I think when people ask me this question, they are not clear on what qualities they are looking for in an older woman. And I say that because I have noticed that the sites all have their own personalities, the dating sites, right? So they all have different kind of um, features and different amounts of descriptors and different descriptors. So, for example, Tinder is more of a hookup site, and I think that has a lot to do with the layout of the site or the app, whatever you want to call it. Because I say that because I can't use it because I only date men over 6'1", and Tinder doesn't show you the height of the person. So I say that it's more of a hookup site because people aren't really too picky on Tinder. They're looking for, someone who's around in the area, um, and just looking to hook up kind of thing, because it will find who's in your area. So like if you go to a coffee shop, you might get a Tinder notification that there's someone on Tinder in the coffee shop. So it's for really hooking up, okay? So that's one example. Now, and as far as the free sites, the best one I have found is OkCupid, and that's the site I use. And in studies, I read this somewhere, that in studies, OkCupid has been found to be the site that people use the longest over the life of their dating life, over the term of their dating life. So, and that's true for me. I have used it longer than any other site. But I have also just used Match.com. That's the only other one besides Tinder that I've tried. Oh no, I've tried Zoosk, and Zoosk was no good, but I can't really say why because I don't really remember. I just remember it was like, I don't know, I didn't like it. And I also wanted to say that, well, before I change the subject, so each site has different, like on OkCupid, there's a new feature called My Ideal Person, and you can put in all of your preferences, and then they will find your matches accordingly. But it doesn't work too well because I have put in there that my ideal person is over 6'1", and I still get a ton of men under 6 feet tall. So it has the feature, but the feature doesn't work that well, and it's a new feature, so maybe they just have to get the bugs out. So I find that OkCupid has a lot of descriptors. So if you are very specific about something that you're looking for, then I would go with OkCupid, because OkCupid has a plethora of descriptors, and I really like that site. But I have to say, I don't think anyone is dating right now off the sites. And I think it's because of the virus. And I think that goes to show how much, at least men, from my perspective, are on there just to hook up. Because if they were really into making a relationship with someone, they would be open to just meeting online and having regular online discussions or phone discussions, texting or whatever. And so there would be more people if they were really serious about who they were looking for, or what they were looking for. So there's that. Just a side note, I think that, probably 90% of the people, even on OkCupid, are just looking to hook up, which is sad because, I don't mind hooking up, but I like to do the friends with benefits thing, and I like to make new friends. I don't just like I can't really compartmentalize my sexual life like into a separate box from the rest of my life. I think that's weird. I don't mean to be judgmental, but I just think when you compartmentalize your relationships like that, to that degree, I think you have issues. Just my opinion. So, because I think that a sexual relationship is there's intimacy there, and if you, I don't know, I'll get into that in another video, perhaps. Maybe that's a video idea. But anyway, so anyway, I wanted to say also that back to there being no sites to meet older women. There might actually be sites, but they're very spammy, and I think that they don't get used very much. And I think that there's a potential for there to be a really good dating app for Cubs and Cougars. And I was trying to do that, but I didn't get very many donations. So if you're interested, put it in the comments, and maybe I'll think about doing another GoFundMe. I did a GoFundMe for a Cougar Cup chat room, but I only raised a little over $100, and it wasn't really worth it for me. And I was going to invest my own money into a chat room, but my friend that was setting it up for me kind of, I don't know what happened, and then I ran out of money. So the two of us kind of failed at that. So that's something I can do if I get the resources. And as far as I know, the other chat rooms that are out there, what I wanted to do was more of a chat room than a dating site. I wanted to do a chat room so that people can talk about relationships and experiences with dating, age gaps, age gap dating. So it wasn't such a dating app, but I doubt that it would, I think that it would encourage people in the forum to meet up, and maybe some romances would come out of that. Because I mean, even the game that I play, Vikings War of the Clans, my closest friend on there has met a woman, and he's moving in with her, and they're buying a house together. He's moving, out of the state to live with her, and she's divorcing her husband, and they're gonna, start a new life together. So even on a game, people will get to know each other and relationships will form. So even if I just had a forum and not a dating app, I think it might encourage people to start relationships. And that's what I really want to do, is encourage relationships, not just hookups. So I would say get clear on what it is you're looking for and find the dating site or dating app that lends itself most to what you're looking for. And like I said, if you have a specific descriptor that you're looking for, I think OkCupid probably has it and can help you narrow down to what you're looking for. And if you're just starting out and you're just generally curious about which sites are better than others, then find what's best for you by joining all of them, or as many as you can. There might be a reason that I've chosen the ones that I've chosen. They might have been the easiest to get on, because I don't really, just personally, I don't have much patience for setting up an online profile and all that. So it has to be super user friendly for me. And I have found OkCupid, Tinder, and Zeus to be user friendly. And I also tried Match.com, which you can pay for, but I have no better results with Match.com. I've had better results with OkCupid than with a paid site, Match.com. And I think that just is because you have to pay monthly, and I only stayed on it for a couple months, whereas with OkCupid, I've been on there for years. So, so anyway, I think OkCupid is a great site. And I think that you also have to be clear on what it is you're looking for. So maybe I'll do a video on how to figure out what you're looking for, and another video on something else I was talking about in this video that I now forget, that I'll have to watch the video to find out about, because that seemed like an interesting topic. So anyway, yeah, just try the sites, and I suggest trying OkCupid if you don't want to try them all. If you just want to hook up with someone, then Tinder is probably the best thing if you don't have like qualifications. You don't have very high standards. You might get lucky. And it might be better for guys to use than for girls to use, because I think in general, women are more picky than men. That's not true in all cases. There are some really picky men out there. But for hooking up, I think men are less picky than women. And I think maybe Tinder might be, I'm a woman talking about Tinder, and I think if it was a guy talking about Tinder, they might have more positive things to say, is what I'm saying. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments and put any experiences with specific dating apps into the comments, good or bad. Like if there's a really bad experience that you had with one site, put it in the comments. I wanted to say there used to be a site that I was on that was a forum like the one that I wanted to create, and it inspired me to want to create a site, and it has since gone defunct, but it was an age gap forum, and it was just for cougars and cubs, and it was really neat, but it just disappeared, so it doesn't exist anymore, and I don't even remember what it was called. So I think there's a real need for that out there. So also in the comments put if you want to donate to that, if a GoFundMe existed, you would donate to that, and maybe I'll think about starting it up again. Okay, thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.